Hello, my name is Lindsay and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we'll be talking about a tale of two events. I had the pleasure of being at the University of Washington, vending at two different events over the course of the last 5 days. But I wanted to share with you all of these two different events because they were literally night and day. And the two events in question are Don't Park on the Grass and the Udub Makers Fair. These two events could not be any more different. Starting with the most recent one, which was the Udub Makers Fair, and it's actually still going on today. It is a 2-day event. I got to go on the Wednesday date. They generally have different vendors coming in both days, different makers. This way they can, optimize and bring in the most people as possible. So I was there on Wednesday, which was literally yesterday. So let's take a little look at how that went. Hello, so this week we are going to UW for the Udub Makers Fair, and actually it's been a whole year since I last did a Udub Makers Fair. You can watch my vlog about it up here. I literally just watched it myself, and it's super short. It's only 7 minutes or 6 minutes. I don't know. It's one of the shorter videos on my channel, and so I wanted to vlog it again this year because year to year it would be interesting to see how much it's changed, how much I've changed, how much my booth has changed, because honestly rewatching that vlog was kind of a shocker for me. But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the UW Makers Fair, I do want to thank Moonboy for sending me over one of their label printers, which I'm super excited to use. And actually I had some ideas for some things that I can print out with their thermal label printer. So that being said, let's get this set up so that we can print out some new little fun stickers that I can use for this week's event. So a huge thank you to Moonboy for sending me this. I'm so excited. I don't even know what color I got. I didn't tell them what color, and I know they have different colors because on the back of the box here, there's different colors. Look, you can get it in purple, in pink, black, and white. How cool. And it looks like they sent me a purple one. Cute. Love this. Oh, it's so light. They also sent me a stand, so we're gonna put that together, and it's to hold your labels, I think, and also hold the printer. Super duper nifty. I love that. If you work in a small space, having a stand like this is literally gonna be a lifesaver. What's super nice about this printer is that there's actually a Bluetooth connection. Do you guys see that? Bluetooth connection. Oh my goodness. I recently bought a new, not recently, maybe like 3 years ago, bought a new printer that was Bluetooth, like that white one. That's my printer. It's Bluetooth, which is so nice because my computer actually sits like pretty far away from where my machines are. So if it's not Bluetooth, then I have to run cords. And I use a Mac, which if you are not an Apple user, you have USB ports, but if you're an Apple user, you know that we do not have USB ports. So having a Bluetooth printer is literally about to be a life changer. Look how cute she is. I haven't decided where I'm gonna put her yet, but I don't have to worry about that because she's Bluetooth operated. So let's find her a nice little home and get her set up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this all set up, and I'm actually going to scan the QR code so that I can download the app. Super convenient. They have an app in the App Store called Moonboy Print. Gonna go ahead and download that. And it's super neat is that their app store offers more than 1,000 free editable templates. So if you want to take out the hassle of trying to figure out how to format things in a way that looks good, use a template. I personally am gonna go ahead and use a template because, for one thing, I'm really bad with sizing. If you know me, I'm bad with measuring. So let's go ahead and use one of their templates. She's looking super cute. Let the machine do its work. And we're good to go. Let's get printing. Wow, look at this one. The bread, so cute. There's so many different ones. I think we'll go ahead and do this one. So all you have to do is tap it, hit use, and there's so many different functionalities in the editor, and this is just on your phone. If you want, there's also a website editor for you to do much more intricate and complicated designs, or if you want to use a template, you can also access the template from there too. we're just gonna go ahead and print it as is. I'm gonna hit print. All right, so go ahead and hit print. That was so fast. Look at it. Watch how fast this is. Oh my god, it's so fast. Now you can change the settings. It looks like you can change the speed of the print, as well as how many. So let's go ahead and print out 20 for our event on Wednesday. Gonna go ahead and hit print. All right, so they look super good. I love the finish on these sticker labels. I'm gonna go ahead and test out the QR code, and I highly recommend everybody get a QR code done. There are a lot of QR code generators that you can use. I personally use QR Code Monkey. That's just my personal preference, but definitely generate yourself a QR code because these will come in handy, especially if you're someone like me who travels for conventions and you tend to run out of business cards. Having QR codes handy is gonna be a lifesaver, I promise you. But let's go ahead and test this out. So you'll want to scan your QR code and wait for it to pop up. And there you go. I have it linked directly to my website because most people are always trying to find out if I sell online. So I like to link it directly to my website. I am going to print out some that have my Instagram handle on it though. So let's get printing. This is what I came up with. It says, "Go Huskies!" And then it has our little dude who is yet to be named in the middle. So let's go ahead and make some stickers. I went ahead and printed out some stickers and it says @Sploot. So I'm gonna go and print a whole bunch of these to bring with me on Wednesday, and I'm super excited. So I always park at the Central Plaza garage for any events that I happen to do on the UW campus, and I take the Kane Hall elevators up to get to the main ground floor. We're running super late, but let's go ahead and get set up. It is like 11:30. Got in late because there was hella traffic, and I have been kind of just going non-stop. Yeah, anyways, it's been going crazy. So I'm all set up. We're going. It is pretty much 12 minutes to 12. So QR code stickers that I made with my Moonbin printer. Alright, I'm using my new labels from Moonbin to put on my display so people can follow us on Instagram. All set? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. And is that going to be cash or card today?
Oh yeah, can I do card?
Card? So it's going to be 11:04 after tax. You can go ahead and tap the button when you're ready. And you're all set.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Let me give you guys a quick tour of the table while there's a little bit of a break. I can take a picture real quick. There it is. Super short, super short. We have tote bags on this side. Don't have too much today. Somebody did ask me about shirts already, but I didn't bring any shirts. We only have 3 things of stickers. I'm speed running this because we are in a rush. Also, air fresheners didn't get properly put out. I just have the air fresheners hanging like this. So, yeah, that's that. This event is literally night and day from Don't Park on the Grass, and I have been at this campus way too much in the past week. Also, fun fact, it's been a whole year since I've been to the last Udub Makers. My position is also very interesting. So last year I was over there in the corner. This year I'm here, right across. There's an entrance over on that side that people can come in through. So I don't think either or spot is good or bad. I think anywhere you are on the street is pretty good. So I have these bags that I'm putting our KeyCap keychains in, and I'm going to use my QR codes from Moonbin to put on the back of the bags because they're not branded. That way they look like this. So I put out 2 of my QR codes, and people have been scanning it.
Sometimes I
am down to my last 2 Wimbin freebie stickers. Yay! Super cute. Last 2. Sold out. I only have 1 of these left. Also sold out of this one. I only sold out of this one. Now, I always enjoy my time at the Udub Makers. This is my second time. I act like I've been there multiple times, but this is only my second time. The last time I got in was last year, fall semester, also off of waitlist. Generally, Udub Makers tends to favor more towards the students. So if you're a student and you're applying, then you're more likely to get in, which makes sense. I'm not technically a Udub alum or faculty or a student. I went to a different university in Seattle, but I did spend a lot of time on UW campus just through various means. So I'm actually considered an off-campus vendor. And usually off-campus vendors don't really get priority because it is meant for, people who are directly affiliated with the University of Washington, which I'm totally okay with. So I'm very blessed and thankful for the folks over at UW for allowing me to participate in their Udub Makers Fair again this year. I'm always not too pressed because I do a lot of events in the UW area or with a lot of other clubs on UW. So one way or another, you're gonna find me on campus one day. And so with that being said, I always have a good time. I will say this year's sales are 50% down from last year's UW Makers Fair, which is to be expected given the general climate of the economy, how events have been going, and stuff of that nature. Now, our next event, Don't Park on the Grass, could not be any more different. So let's rewind a little bit because this event happened over last weekend, which was November 16 and 17. It was a 2-day event. I vended both days, and let's just see how that went. Hello guys, so I am here at UW for Don't Park on the Grass. This is what the badge looks like. Kind of a haphazard introduction here. I did not plan this vlog very well, but it is 10:42. We actually officially started at 10 o'clock, but load-in was at 8, and it's been kind of like a go situation since I got here. So yeah, there's that. The event takes place in the hub at UW. If you're not familiar with it, it's a Husky Union building. I did a vlog here last year for the UW Makers Fair, which I will also be back at this year, and it's happening next week. So I'll be back at UW again. We are all set up. The space is kind of tight. There's a lot of people. I forgot how small it is to set up here, and this time I didn't go with like a small setup. I actually went with a kind of big setup, which I'm a little bit regretting, but it's okay. I will give you guys a look at the setup like a little bit later in the day when it kind of dies down because it just started. It's like very happening in here. There's a lot of people. I already made a sale. Somebody bought a hat, so thank you so much. But yeah, this is a Smash tournament, so Super Smash. And if you know me, I have nothing Smash related. I do have a Link and Zelda fan art sticker, and then Surprise Pikachu, but actually there's nothing else beyond that. And I was actually not planning on doing this event, and I kind of applied super last minute. So I'm surprised I even got in, but I heard that they were still looking for vendors because there wasn't a lot of people who applied. So I'm here. It is what it is. Hopefully some people will like what I have. I am sold out of my best selling air fresheners. So the Chaos, Soju, Boba, I am all sold out of, which sucks because I think Chaos would have done really well at this event. Hopefully I can do a restock of that. I am planning a huge air freshener restock. I did get breakfast this morning. I went to Blazing Bagels, which is like one of my favorite places to go get like bagel sandwiches, and tell me why they got rid of the sun-dried tomato bagel. Like, that was my favorite bagel. I walked in and I was like, hi, can I get a sausage, egg, and cheese breakfast bagel on sun-dried tomato? And the guy's like, we discontinued that bagel. And I was like, oh, I was so sad. I felt it in my soul. So yeah, I got that. This event does run, or they have the space from 8 to 10 p.m. and they told us that we can stay as long as we want, or we can leave whenever we want. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of play it by ear and see what everybody else is doing, and when they're gonna leave. I did bring all of my usual Artist Alley stuff to wrap up the booth because I am not breaking this down and building it back up tomorrow. There's no way. Also, the garage that I parked in, the escalators don't run on weekends, and there's no elevator. So yeah, that's not happening. But other than that, we have a lot of stuff to sell today. We have keycap keychains, air fresheners, stickers, acrylic keychains, plushie keychains, croc charms, acrylic pins, tote bags, t-shirts, reusable bags. I have my beanies, I have hats, I have car decals. A little bit overboard, but you know what? At this point, I'm going to do whatever I can to sling all that I have. So hopefully it goes well. I am anticipating it to be a little slow just because it's very long, and the tournaments I think haven't started. I think they start at 12 or something, so I brought my pliers and my keycap keychains to give myself some busy work in the meantime. Hello, update. It is 12:19. And I think the rounds or waves or whatever, the tournaments are starting now. So, like, because of that, the crowd has died down, like, exponentially. Like, there's no one here. It's just been vendors walking around, which is not usually a good sign. Because of where we are located, people who are not attending the event can come and walk through. It is a public school building. And so there's a lot of just students who are here studying or just walking through. So, that's kind of been nice. But as far as attendees for the event, they're all occupied upstairs in the tournament rooms. So didn't get to share this news with you guys, but going back home from Portland, I actually wrecked my car a little bit. I say a little bit because I drove all the way home, and it happened like early on into my drive from Portland back home after KomoriCon. But my front bumper was damaged and my suspension is damaged, so my car has been in the shop for a few days now, like 4 days now, and I've had to get a rental car, which sucks because like there went my KomoriCon money. But thank God for insurance, because the amount of damages totaled up to $5,000, but because of insurance I only have to pay $500, so thank God for that. I won't have my car though in time for next week's event, which is Udub Makers, back here in the exact same space. And I wish with all my heart I could just leave all of this stuff here until next week, but I know I can't, so that kind of sucks. But yeah, I will be back here. I think I might have to get another rental car or figure something out to get my stuff from where I live to here. It's quite far. It's about an hour drive. I also have to go and drop off stuff to a holiday consignment shop on the following Monday, which sucks because there's all these little things that are adding up and it requires my car, but I don't have a car. So that's just life. And life is lifing real hard this month. And I really needed to stop. It's 3 o'clock. My last sale was 3 hours ago. And I don't think I'm going to make back table at this event. And it's been a while since I had like a bad event. This one is very bad. The table fee for where I am was $250 plus a $7 like tax. So $257. Originally, the table fee was $350, but they lowered it for us who are located down here in the street level because it's not the main part of the event. There are exhibitors who are in the main room, and I believe theirs is still $350. You would think for an event that's charging that much that there would be like a pretty decent attendee flow, and I mean there's a considerable amount of attendees here given the size, but a lot of them are not buying, if at all. They're just here chit-chatting and here to play, which makes sense, I mean, given the type of event it is. And I can't speak for how everybody else is doing, but for me, I am not doing very good. Like, yeah, so confidence is kind of at an all-time low with this one. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose money on this event. But I'm trying to stay hopeful. Again, it closes at 10, so they told us we can stay for however long we want. So I don't really know if I'm going to stay much longer. And I do understand that it might not be my target audience. I draw mainly corgi stuff. I do have some fan art in there as well, but I don't have anything specifically Smash related, which makes sense. However, I do think my stuff is general enough that I can appeal to a lot of audiences. So given though that I don't have anything Smash related, like specifically, I feel like it should still go pretty okay. But for the most part, it looks like everybody's kind of just walking around in between matches. When they lose and stuff is when we get like a wave of people. They get a lot of people stopping to look and oohs and ahs, but nothing is really converting. There are some people who watch the vlog, so they wanted to be in the vlog. Say hello! This is Jessica. She's also vlogging. I'll link her video. And then what is your name? Maddie? And then this is Maddie. I'll have them tagged below. You should have checked them out. You know all the drill, how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 7.
Oh, there's 7?
Do you want to pick up one more?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then I can do a 5 and then 3.
Okay.
This one? Alright. And then is that going to be cash or card?
Card?
Cards. So it'll be $27.60. You can tap right here when you're ready. Perfect. And you're all set. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. I didn't know what your social was.
Oh.
So I'll follow
Yeah. At Single Sploot everywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. It is day 2 of Don't Park on the Grass. I am here in the Central Plaza garage. This is where I normally park for events here on UW. But I don't know why yesterday I decided to park at Padelford. If you hear some echoing, those are the skateboarders. But I'm parked at CPG. Hopefully the elevator today is working for Cane Hall. Somebody said yesterday it wasn't working, so I'm praying that it is. Or else this is going to be a struggle loading out. So yeah, let's head on over. It is 10:54. We officially open at 11, I believe, for like all programming. But a lot of the artists here got here like early. I think I rolled in at around 10:35, 10:40ish. So yeah, I'm gonna walk around a little bit, say hi to everybody, and then we'll get started for day 2. It is 1 o'clock, and I didn't think this event could get any worse, but it is incredibly worse this morning than yesterday. And I think it's because a lot of the attendees who did get into the event, like to play, those who lost didn't return because it's like final rounds today. Also, I heard a lot of the players partied really hard, so maybe they'll come later in the day. That being said, the event does end at 10 p.m. today, and I don't know how long I'm staying today, but I am taking this time to draw and work on a lot of like overdue art pieces. It's 2:43 and I've conned Erica to come.
Hi.
Welcome, Erica. Nothing has happened in the last time since I updated, so that's it. See you guys in a little bit. Heading home for the night. I normally do not leave early. It is very early, but I think we have to take an L. Taking an L on this one. I will recap this event when I go home. Farewell. Hi. Thanks, Erica, for helping clean up. It's time to go home. Hello. It is the Monday after Don't Park on the Grass weekend, and I wanted to recap how the weekend went, share how much money I made or didn't make, and explain why the video kind of ended so abruptly and why I left so quickly on Sunday. So let's dial it back to the beginning. Saturday morning, I arrived at around 8 o'clock. I didn't start setting up till 8:45 due to unloading and parking and all that nonsense. Finished setting up by 10:30, and then we started, right? The event started at 10 o'clock, and it ended at 10 p.m., but the organizers told us we didn't need to stay there the whole time. So I stayed till 7 o'clock, and for the, what is that, like 8-ish, 7-ish hours of selling, I made a grand total of $390. Now, is this a lot? Maybe for some, but the cost of this table was $250. and originally it was $350. So am I happy with how much I made? No, because technically I made 40 bucks. Or wait, that's bad math. I made 140 bucks after everything. And so, yeah, I was not happy with how Sunday went. The whole day was pretty much dead. I did nothing. I actually finished 2 of my monthly sticker clubs. I finished November's. I finished December's. I finished some character cards. I did some sketches. I played a lot of video games. I listened to like 10 chapters of an audiobook. Like, it was so brain dead that I was just very upset the whole time because I felt like I was wasting time. I had to actually rent a car for this weekend because my car is currently in the shop, and knowing that I had to spend extra money to be there this weekend and for the outcome to be this was very upsetting. Now, this isn't the fault on the staff or the organizers, but I do feel like the Artist Alley was an afterthought. Personally, I've never done a Smash event ever, right? So I'm new to the space, obviously, but I don't feel like I was too out of place, just given what other types of vendors were there, right? It was a lot of other artists in the Seattle community, and my stuff is never too far off from what we're all doing, right? I fall in the cute, comfy character, like, aesthetic. I make a lot of, like, functional items as well, and a lot of giftable items. So I don't think I was too far left field. Not to mention, where the Artist Alley is actually a public space on campus, or on the University of Seattle campus, or University of Washington Seattle campus. So people who are walking through there also were not only attendees, they're just general people, you know, at the university. And so I do think of all the sales I made, like 75% of them were from people who are not attending the event. So honestly, those people on Saturday were my saving grace. It was also raining this whole weekend because, you know, Washington. And so I think not a lot of people were going to the hub. Plus it's the weekend, and a lot of students don't go to the hub on the weekend. And I mean, I wouldn't either. Like, why would I be on campus if I don't have to be on campus? And so because of that, I think overall performance was not that great. And the event for us on the Artist Alley side was scheduled so open-endedly. You can come whatever time you want, leave whatever time you want. That's pretty much how it was, right? But you can't come any earlier than 8 a.m. and you have to leave by 10 p.m. So with that in mind, come Sunday, the event actually didn't start till 11. So I came at around 10:45, and I was actually hoping that Sunday would be better because on Discord they were saying, you know, how they're going to control crowds because there's too much overcrowding, and someone had told me that they sold a lot of spectator badges, and, you know, I'm anticipating like a little bit more people than Saturday. Not a lot, just a little. And so come Sunday, I actually didn't make my first sale until about maybe 2 o'clock. I went like a whole 2 hours of nothing, or 3 hours of nothing. So that really made me bummed out. Then once Erica came, obviously we just talked the whole time because there was nobody there. So yeah, we just talked, and then 4 o'clock came. Now this is where I decided I'm leaving because I have a clothing rack next to my table. I think I showed it to you guys, and if you've never vended in this space, it's a very tight space. So I have a clothing rack there, and I have my wagon behind my table. This is my fault. This is 100% my fault, but I think the reactions that came out of what happened is what sent me spiraling. I had accidentally nudged my wagon, and the wagon toppled the clothing rack over, and nothing on the clothing rack is fragile by any means. It's literally tote bags, and this clothing rack is the most like unstable thing in the world. So it fell over, which, like, any other day if it did that, I would be like, oh shoot, like, it's okay, like, I'll pick it up, right? Because nothing is fragile. But the reactions of people walking by as it was happening, and their attempt to try to catch it, and them freaking out about the tote bags being on the ground, which we're inside a very clean building, right? If this was outdoors, raining and mud, yeah, I would have been like really, really pissed off because it would be dirty now. But like, the floors are pretty clean. they're freaking out. They're like, oh my god, it's all on the floor, like, ah, screaming and everything. And the reaction sent me. It really made me feel embarrassed. And so at that point, you know, I'm picking up my stuff, and it knocked over some of my neighbor's stuff too, so I'm just making sure like all of her stuff is okay. You know, everybody's okay, nobody got hurt. I decided, you know what, I'm going home. So I packed it up and I went home. And let me tell you, for the 5 hours that I was there on Sunday, I made $85. Now, I do want to say that I'm super grateful and very privileged to be able to do this full time. And I'm also very, very thankful to all of my customers who have bought from me over the years, or if you bought from me this past weekend. But I do understand that I am no way entitled to anybody's money at any time. So for an event like this, where one, I might not fit the target audience very well. Two, the hours are really stinking long, and I don't think anybody ever stayed till 10 p.m. on either days. And three, it was really, really expensive. I will never do this event again. I don't say this very often about events in my vlogs and stuff like that. I usually like try to be optimistic, think like, oh, maybe next year it'd be better, or like, you know, the total outcome wasn't actually that bad in like look in hindsight, but this was bad. For me to come out of a weekend long event where you could have been selling up to like, what is that? Like 12 hours both days if you really, really wanted to. But I had been there, the first day was like 8 hours of selling. No, like 10 hours of selling. And the second day was like 5 hours of selling. And to only make roughly $400 at the very end of it, or like $500, was very, very upsetting. Because half of it was just to pay for the table. Right? $250 to pay for the space. I definitely think for us being there, it should have been a lot cheaper, because if I'm paying this much, I have a certain expectation, right? Especially out of a 2-day event with these types of hours. They have programming till 10 p.m. But like, where were the people? Like, I don't know. And so, yeah. I'm not doing this event again. I've been rambling so long about how to recap this. But for those of you who did come by, say hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I did buy a lot of stickers from my fellow vendor friends, you know, cycling the $20, because that's literally how it felt. So I'm going to add those to my suitcase. Thank you so much for all of the lovely stickers. So I think it's safe to say which event I will be going back to and which event I will not be going back to. UW college kids are part of my target audience, so I love seeing them. A lot of you guys watch the vlogs as well. Hello. Thank you for saying hi. And a lot of them have been shopping with me for a very long time. So I always appreciate them. And I love working with college kids because I feel like they have so much youth and so much passion, and you know, I kind of need a little bit of that in my life sometimes. So, that being said, if you made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know, did you see me at any of these 2 events? My next event is actually going to be another local event. I'm going back to the Seattle Night Market for their holiday market, which I've been doing every year for the past 4 years now, I think. So, I'm excited to be back. I'll probably do like a short little mini vlog about that one. There's nothing too exciting that happens at that event anyways, so we'll see. But after that, my last big convention is AWA, Anime Week in Atlanta. It'll be my first time in Georgia. I'm super excited to be going there. And I believe that is my last event for the year. I did have an event on the 21st, which got canceled due to location problems, so I will be your last chance if you're on the East Coast. It's a great time to pick up something from me without having to pay for shipping. That's always a bonus, especially right now during holiday times where shipping rates are increased. Be sure to check out my monthly sticker club over on Patreon. And here is November's. I finally finished it. I did it during Don't Park on the Grass. So here it is, done in all its glory. You have until the end of the month to join my monthly sticker club. This month's sticker sheet is also going to be exclusive only to the sticker club. So if you would like to get this one, be sure to join our monthly sticker club so that you can get it. I don't have any plans right now to release it post sticker club, but of course that might change just as time goes on. But for right now, it's only limited to the sticker club. So if you want this one, then you gotta join. And then be sure to check me out over on Instagram. That's where I post all of my latest updates and everything, and just where I yip yap the most. So check me out over on Instagram, and until the next one, see ya!